So Chuck, tell us what's going on in the world of Testament.
Shit, not a whole hell of a lot right now. We got a brand new record that came out on, let's see, April 3rd, Titans of Creation, and we had a lot of touring planned this year supporting the record that's been kind of put on the back burner right now. So we're just trying to, right now, just spread the word of the record. A lot of people got time on their hands, so we're kind of trying to spread the word about the records. It's a record we're very proud of. This one, it's a different record, different Testament record, but I'd say it's one of our better records. Pretty proud of it.
Hell yeah, man! I can't agree more with you, dude. I guess I've been a fan of you guys for a long fucking time, and this is definitely one of my favorite fucking records you guys have done, man. I think it's.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, it's a fucking masterpiece, man, from start to finish.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Hell yeah. So how are you guys holding up right now? How are you and the rest of the band holding up with the with everything that's going on?
Well, I mean, I'm sure everybody's getting bored. We were sick, for me and my wife and a few of the techs and Steve, and for a good 3-4 weeks. And once we kind of started feeling like ourselves and faced the quarantine and the extension of the quarantine, and so we're just kind of sitting around, kind of working from home, getting our website in order, just doing some things that we can on home, talking about what we do as a band, and keep spreading the word, and maybe come up with some new product that we can get out there, or what can we do, push down on ideas, because there's going to be a lot of time this year sitting around, and it's a little too soon to write another record, but there's a lot of things we can do with this record.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, I know it's crazy when you think about it, but like literally everybody in the whole fucking world right now is going through the same thing, man. We're all just stuck sitting here trying to figure out what's going on, like what to do next,
Right, exactly. Or when's things gonna start to change? Because it's not gonna go back to normal overnight. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think. Even if they turned everything back on tomorrow, it's probably going to be a minute before people feel comfortable again to pack themselves into auditoriums and go out to do things like that, where and that's really going to affect all of you guys, everybody.
Yeah, I think once we know more about this virus and they start doing these antibody testing, where at least if you were sick, that you're not sick anymore, and then if you're not sick, if you once had it, never knew it, if you're and if there's truth to not being able to get it again, or your immunity's stronger. I mean, once we know that, people know that, they can go out in public and they're not going to get people sick, and they might not get sick themselves.
Yeah,
that might help the population. The more people can test and get that information, the population will grow, I believe. But with a mystery, people are going to be cautious. You know what I mean? People are going to go, well, shit, I don't know if I can go catch it. Or at least they'll know by that test that they've never had it, that they're the ones that have to be cautious. Wear the mask, be the cautious guy.
Yeah, that's definitely true. But on the flip side of that, like I've been noticing sometimes whenever I have to go on a grocery run or whatnot, I put on my mask and everything, and I go into the store, and I do see quite a bit of people that are just walking around acting like nothing's even going on. And I don't know if that's just down here where I'm at, or if it's like...
Yeah, here you gotta wear a mask. Any store you go into here in our county now, it was starting this week, you gotta wear a mask. There's signs everywhere saying no entry, no mask, no entry.
Wow. Yeah, they're definitely not doing that down here. I mean, you got people that are going into the store without it, and then you also have a lot of the people that work there that aren't even protecting themselves. I mean,
that's crazy.
I know. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Even if you're not sure if it's real or not, still, why take the chance? Like, it only takes a few seconds to put on a mask. It's not that big of a deal, It's not that hard to do.
Yeah.
I don't get it, man. It's crazy. Well, going back to the record, man. Tales of Creation. What can you tell us about, like, as far as lyrical themes and stuff on this record?
Well, there's a lot of different ones. I mean, a lot of it because it was based on a lot of the music. I mean, when we first started writing the record, Children of the Next Level was the first song we wrote. And that song could have been really right off like Brotherhood of the Snake. I mean, as far as like futuristic lyrics, like, aliens creating mankind kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's where kind of that Heaven's, Gate stuff, they're waiting for a meteor to come down and commit suicide and board their meteor and venture to the next level of human existence. And it was right in that form, and I thought that's where maybe the record was going to go. But then it changed with the songs that Eric started writing. He started sending me songs like Gates of Ishtar and The Healers, and the songs just had a different feeling and flavor to them. So the lyrics really took off with that. I know Eric had some inspiration for like Gates of Ishtar. It was really, so I really concentrated at the point when we were trying to write lyrics. So because when Eric writes riffs, he refers to songs or relates to them. He's like, Gates of Ishtar, remember that riff? And so we reference the songs to what he's calling them. So I decided, let's just write it about that then. So we wrote about the gates. And it fit the feeling and vibe of what he wrote. It totally fit. And a lot of them do. Code of Hammurabi, Night of the Witch, that song is, Eric wanted a witch song, and when it came up, it was a perfect spot to get Eric a featured lead vocal where he sings the chorus in it with his like screamy witchy voice. And it fit perfect, but it gave it another dimension of Testament, that we haven't done before.
Oh yeah. I notice a lot. I feel like when I'm listening to it, a lot of these songs definitely feel it. It feels very current. Like it feels like a lot of stuff in here about it can fit to what's going on right now in the world too.
Yeah, it's odd the way like some of the topics. I mean, these songs were written, a while ago. That just kind of fit today, especially like, for us getting sick, symptoms, World War III, just right. The whole thing, just, just a lot of things going on, and then also Alex's song about mental health, it does tie in. And I trip on that a lot because we wrote songs back in 1988 for the New Order. A lot of those songs were just songs that we used to read off Nostradamus predictions and write about them. And here we are living 30 years down the road, seeing the reality of those lyrics we wrote about our Earth and the environment, and all this stuff. And, it's really happening. It's just kind of odd when you write something and it's actually a reality,
Yeah, man. And like you mentioned aliens with Children of the Next Level. Fucking I'm pretty big into that kind of stuff myself. I love ancient aliens and all that shit, man.
Yeah.
But I noticed what was it, a few days ago, the Navy, I think it was, released some video footage where they basically admitted that they spotted UFOs, and then they showed the video footage of it, and I saw that all on social media, like a few places. But it didn't seem like that many people cared or were freaked out about it or anything. And I thought that was kind of funny because it's like all these years they've been trying to cover all that shit up. And now because they're afraid that people were going to freak out or something, and now they're showing it and nobody fucking cares because everything's so fucked up. It's just like, I don't know. What's your take on that?
Yeah, it's just crazy. I think it's just, for me, I mean, I'm fascinated by the whole possibility. I mean, I look at the reality and just kind of facts of things of thousands of years ago on this planet that we've seen trails of history of cultures seeing the same beings, same shaped beings, and things flying through the sky, and same writings on their walls, and I just trip on that, like how there's got to be some connection, and we can't be that naive that to think that we're the only thing in existence is us here on Earth in this, on all these other stars and planets. Can't be, and if you really think about it, this planet is probably went through a process that's been repeating itself a long time, a cycle. It's probably been starting over and over. I mean, look at in our cycle right now. If you literally look at 100 years behind us, 100 years in front of us right now, which is a minuscule window of the long as this Earth has been around, we've done a lot, within this 100 years. A lot has happened. A lot has been created, for us, just humans. And it just makes me think, are we that naive that we're that smart to think that we're it, when there's got to be something else? And I look on Earth and all these trails of things and pyramids and perfect objects and all these things, you just go, how did they get built? We don't even have, it would take big machines to do this nowadays. How'd they do that back then? I don't know. Just opened my mind to the possibilities that there's something else, possibility of aliens, so why not be created by them?
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, I know. I think about that shit all the fucking time, man. As far as what you guys, I mean, I know I usually ask everybody that comes on the show, like, what your plans are for the future, but that's a pretty hard question to ask anybody right now. I mean, do you have a plan?
Well, we have nothing really in the near future. I mean, all our tours kind of are on hold for this year, so I mean, what else can we do but try to think of new things? We've been talking to the record label. We decided not to postpone the record, so we wanted to continue the campaign and spread the word, and maybe we come up with some new product or some new ideas with this record, and we're just going to keep putting our heads together, think of some new social media stuff to do. I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot of bands that are going to be doing things, and I'm sure we'll all learn off each other what everybody else is doing.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. As far as like the future of metal as a whole, like, what do you think? How do you think this will affect the metal scene going forward?
Well, the metal scene's probably the strongest scene amongst everything. They're so loyal to everything, and I'm sure that'll be the first scene. Once they release it, they'll be the first one to go, I don't care, I'm going to the show and getting in the pit. But I think it'll be good. I mean, I think everybody's going to be cautious. I think things will be different at the clubs. The venues will be different, handling things. It's just going to be a new learning curve, I think, for everybody,
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, as far as your influences, what got you into metal in the first place, and what made you decide to become a singer?
Well, I mean, metal itself, to get into metal, for me, I mean, when we were growing up, metal was Judas Priest and Kiss and UFO and Thin Lizzy. That for for us was like, that was metal, where the other stuff was rock. But you know, when I first probably seen some of the first when I was younger, first Kiss records, Kiss Live One, and seeing Gene Simmons and seeing videos and the blood and the fire and just the aggressiveness, and just it was just so something I'd never seen. First probably made me go, wow, I want to be him.
Hell yeah. You definitely have a unique voice too, man. Like, that's one thing that's always stood out to me about Testament. And the album, the gateway that got me into you guys was Souls of Black. When that came out, I got that on CD, and I remember at the same time I was also getting into a lot of death metal that was coming out around the same time. And I remember there's a song on there, I think it was Falling Fast, where you growled.
Yeah.
And that like fucking, I was like, fuck, man, like, because I had never really heard, I don't think I ever heard any other thrash band use that vocal approach. And then you added it more later on. But what made you do that? Like, what made you decide to try that?
Well, I think just because I was, you know, I'd only been a singer for like 5 years up to that point, you know, when I started singing, you know. And I just started being a heavier singer, wanted to get more aggressive, feeling more comfortable with my voice, and trying different things and hearing other singers do things and trying it with my voice, you know. And so just, you know, that's probably it. Just, you know, seeing how, if I can do it, and then it just kind of built into something that just got comfortable, where I can, you know, just sing along and then, you know, use that other tone to get real deep if I need to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you could tour with anybody in the world, who would you tour with?
Well, of course, I'd have to say Metallica. After this point, 30-something years, we've never toured with them. It'd be an honor and something definitely to put in the books.
That would be badass. Yeah, that would definitely be cool, man. And where of all, I know you guys have played all over the world, but what's your favorite place that you've played at so far?
There's been a bunch of great ones, but I think culturally, like we just did Kathmandu about 5 or 6 months ago, and that was a really cool experience. You know, just culturally, just in the shows and the fans, it was awesome.
Oh yeah. Right on, man. All right, well, Chuck, I'm about out of questions for you. Is there anything else you want to add? Let the people know.
Well, just that, you know, I think everybody just, you know, will get through this thing together, and hopefully we come out on the other side. There's a lot of great shows and music happening, and we'll see everybody out there on that other side.
Right on, man. Well, we definitely can't wait to hear more from you guys, for sure.
Cool. Right on, man.
Well,
have a good day.
Before I let you go, Chuck, can I get you to make us a station tag real quick?
Sure.
All right, whenever you're ready, say something like, "This is Chuck Billy from Testament, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio."
All right. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Chuck Billy from Testament, and you're listening to Devastation Radio.
Metal Devastation Radio.
Oh, Metal Devastation, okay.
Take two.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Chuck Billy from Testament. You're listening to Metal Devastation Radio.
Fuck yeah, man. Well, thanks a lot, Chuck, for taking the time. I hope everybody feels better, and hope we get through this, and hopefully see you guys at a show sometime soon in the future, all right?
All right. You have a good one.
All right, you too, man. Cheers.